Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. We're here today with episode 2526 of the Cabral Concept. Today is going to be dedicated to helping you get your absolute best night's sleep. You know, in the past, I've talked about how much deep sleep you need, how much REM sleep you need. If you didn't hear those shows and how to optimize that part of your sleep cycle, which should equate to about 50% of all of your sleep, I will link those up today here as well at episode 2526. But what I want to be able to share with you is actually a formula that I think is a brilliant, easy way in order to be able to count down 3, 2, 1 in order to be able to get your best sleep. So this is me taking information from all different sources in order to make this as simple as possible that I think you'll be able to use this in your own life, hopefully starting tonight. So it's something that I absolutely live by. I've been talking about it in different pieces over the years, but a 3-2-1 formula doesn't get any better than that. So let's get right into it. So literally called the 3-2-1 formula for your best night's sleep. And the reason why this is so important is because here's the thing. I've said this before and I'll say it again, but an integrative health practitioner or a naturopathic doctor or any type of health-based individual can help you put your body into position to heal by helping give your body whatever it is the deficiencies may be. That will come from food, that will come from sunlight, that will come from heat, that'll come from nutritional supplements, like whatever it might be. And it will help. You'll also be helping to remove the toxicities, right? That can be from sweating. It could be from a functional medicine detox. It could be from intermittent fasting, et cetera. Okay, so all of those are fantastic. But a lot of the work that's done to rejuvenate and heal your body is not done during the catabolic times of the day. So that means that when you're go, when you're exercising, when you're working, when you're running around, when you're in traffic, when you're stressed, your body's not in a healing state. So you need to get in what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. The rest and relax, the rest and digest, you need to be healing the body. And so if we think about it, if we're waking up, let's say at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., whatever time you wake up, and you're going for 12 hours. All right, that's more of the catabolic time of the day. 7 to 7 is typically what I call it for most people. Even if you wake up at 6, hopefully you're easing into your day. But by 7, okay, you're getting the kids up or you're off to school or to work or to whatever it might be. All right, from 7 to 7, it's go time. But then hopefully after that, you can start to wind things down. So again, we are diurnal beings. That means we have 2 phases of our day. We've got the light phase during the day, the catabolism, the work. But we also need a time to then rejuvenate and regenerate. And if we make that catabolic time of the day, the light phase of the day, the breakdown phase of the day longer, guess what? We're going to age faster. Do you see that in your 20s? Not usually. Do you see it in your 30s? Not so much the early 30s. Do you see it in your late 30s? Absolutely, right? So all of a sudden you're like, how did I start aging so quickly, right? Too much catabolic activity, too much oxidative stress ages the body rapidly. Now, we cannot escape the aging process, but we can absolutely reverse it to a degree and slow it down. Okay, so what's the ultimate way to get into the parasympathetic nervous system? It's sleep, right? So when I say try to be in bed between 7 to 9 hours every single night, more towards the 8 to 9 hours if you're healing, that's the ultimate way to know that at least then what? 1/3 of the day, right? 8 hours out of the 24, you're going to be in hopefully that parasympathetic nervous system. So hopefully we see what? If you're using a wearable, a trackable device, your Apple Watch, your Whoop strap, your Oura Ring, your BioStrap, your Hanu, any of these devices. All right. If you see your heart rate drop, hopefully by at least 5 to 10 points from your waking heart rate, okay? And if you see your body temperature drop and your respiratory rate drop, right? Your HRV start to go up. Oh, good. We're in a healing state, right? It doesn't matter if your HRV is at 22. If it's lower during the day when you're stressed, all that, and it goes up at night when you're sleeping, you're in a rejuvenating state. Again, we want to improve it, yes, but that's what we want. All right. So regardless if you shut it off at 7 o'clock or not, hopefully from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or whatever your sleep schedule is, you're in a rejuvenating state. That is no longer catabolism, but instead anabolism, or at least a repair-based state. That's why I talk so much about sleep, because it's the great healer. Again, so as someone who's a naturopath, a board-certified doctor of naturopathy, I don't heal people. I help people's body get put into a position to heal. I teach diet, exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, scientifically backed supplements, and a success mindset. That's what it takes to heal. Now, you don't have to be perfect at all of them. That's the nice thing. When there's 8 different parts, you don't need to be perfect at all of them. But that rest part of the de-stress protocol that I write about in the Rain Barrel Effect, that's your sleep protocol, all right? So, quick review, 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, based on the body, based on bio-individuality, based on if you need to heal or not, or how active you are during the day. You might need more if you're an athlete, right? Okay, so then how much out of that is going to be REM sleep? 2+ hours. How much of that is going to be deep sleep? 90+ minutes, okay? So that's why you really want to start tracking your sleep. All right, so if you don't know anything about REM sleep or deep sleep or tracking, I'm going to link up a couple of shows for you today at stephencabral.com/2526. And if you ever can't find a podcast, just write to us. Go to cabralsupportgroup.com. It's free. Private group, 20,000 plus people in there now, and we answer your questions. So we're happy to do that. All right, so that's that. Now let's go over, now you know why sleep is so important. Let's go over the 3-2-1 formula. It's simple. It's straightforward. But here's the thing. The most brilliant things in life are simple. We just have to institute them, myself included, right? Like, it's not just you, it's me too, because we have so many reasons not to do these things, and you'll see why in just a moment. But we need to make them happen. All right. So, and again, I have one more note, NSDR. I have a podcast on NSDR. If you've never heard of non-sleep deep rest, I'm going to link that up as well. It does not replace sleep. I just had a footnote that I wanted to add that for you. Non-sleep deep rest does not replace sleep. It's an add-on. It's a bonus recovery to get the body into the parasympathetic nervous system. I'm a fan of non-sleep deep rest, but it does not replace or make up for your 2 hours of REM and your 90+ minutes of deep. Okay, all right? All right, 3-2-1 formula. It goes like this. 3 hours before bed. Let's say you go to bed at 10 o'clock. It's a good time to go to bed by 10 o'clock. Between 9 and 10, probably the most optimal time. I have all sorts of podcasts in my book. I talk about melatonin, cortisol, all that, right? I go through the science behind it, but let's just say it's 10 p.m. All right, so 3 hours before, at 7 o'clock, you are done with eating. No more foods, no more snacks, no more anything. Your ketone drinks, your whatever, anything that can be processed as nutrition, no more of that. Can you take supplements before bed? Yes. Can you take herbs before bed? Yes. Could you take herbal teas? We'll get to that in a moment. The answer would be yes after that 7 p.m., all right? No calories, no real calories, no real fat. Why? We're trying to turn off our digestive system. Our energy gets woken back up and ramped up in order to break down food. When you put food in your body, there is a thermogenesis, a thermogenic-based effect. Our body has to use energy. Now, it burns calories, that's good, right? But not so when you're getting ready to go to bed. You want to be calming the body down before bed. You don't want to be working on digestion. That could then not allow you to calm the body and get into a deep night's sleep. So, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Nothing improves my heart rate variability, which is a signal for stress in the body, better. Nothing improves it more, which means it doesn't go up. It goes up more when I stop eating 3 to 4 hours before bed. If I eat right before bed, my heart rate variability, my deep sleep, all of that will go down. Why? Energy diverted, not to repairing and sleep, but actually to digestion. So that was a game changer for me. My family and I eat dinner between typically 5:30 and 6. That's early for me. No doubt about it, that is early. I prefer to eat later, but my health is dramatically improved, meaning like I have way more energy the next day. I shouldn't say way more energy. Over time, I would have less energy if I kept eating later at night. My sleep's not as good because the deep sleep. So I go all right, start that over here. I don't improve from my workouts and recover as well without that deep sleep at night. It's so crucial. All right, so I stop eating hopefully by 6 p.m. every single night. That's my goal. That's about 4 hours before bed for me. All right. So 3, 2, 1, stop eating 3 hours before bed. This is a problem for a lot of people, eating from 12 to 8 and going to bed at 10, right? Because they're in that 8-hour window. It's a problem. Or the 1 meal a day people. If you have an enormous meal like people are telling you to do at dinner, you're eating all your 1,500 or 2,000 calories, it's a really bad idea. It's a bad idea. And here's the thing. I'm not against any of the people that are saying that. It just goes against human physiology, and you can track it yourself. I always tell you this. You do not need to believe me. Allow me just to bring up topics for debate, and then test them yourself. Finish dinner by 6 p.m. Do that for a week, not just for one night. What is your heart rate variability, your deep sleep, your REM sleep? What does that look like if all of the variables are the same? Just track it. That's all. You're so much better off not eating all of your food in one meal. It's just, I know a lot of people do it. It's not the healthiest thing to do. Literally every single one of the natural forms of medicine never said to eat all of your food at dinner and make all of your food at one meal. Never. It's too much stress in the body. You're asking your digestive system to break down this massive load of food all at once. You don't think that that's digestive distress? Of course it is. For what? Getting a few more hours of autophagy? Maybe. I've got all sorts of podcasts on that as well. Be careful. Be very, very careful. It's even more dangerous as you get older, the older you are. I can't go over that on this show, but I even give you the science behind it too. Literally, clinically published research. Should you skip breakfast or should you skip dinner? I'm not saying you need to skip either, but check out the research. I'll link that up today as well at stevencabral.com/2526. All right, a lot of shows to give more in depth. All right, stop eating 3 hours before bed. Trust me, game changer. All right, 2 hours before bed. Start to see a pattern here, right? 2 hours before bed, no more liquids. No more water, no more teas, no more anything. Now you might say, well, what about some, calming magnesium before bed? All right, sure. Like, if that's something you're using, as little water as possible, or just have it 2 hours before bed. That's all. Just do it 2 hours before bed. You want to do as little fluid as possible. Now, again, will I sometimes have some sips of water at 9 o'clock at night? Yes, I will. And the reason is, if I'm thirsty at that time, I have a little bit of water. But if I don't need any more fluid, no more fluid. Here's why. It's not difficult to digest, but to a degree, water needs to be digested. The kidneys need to work. Same with the bladder. And you also don't want to interrupt your sleep at night from the sensation of having to urinate. Now, the sensation of having to urinate has to do with inflammation, inflamed prostate for men, and all sorts of other issues. But again, you could just drink too much water before bed and have to wake up to urinate. Yes, the anti-diuretic hormone should work and prevent you from having to urinate. But if you have a full bladder, you have a full bladder, right? So 2 hours before bed, try to cut off that water for the night. 1 hour before bed, there's the 3, 2, 1, right? The 1 is no more screen time, no more bright lights within 1 hour of bed. So for me, at about 7:30, 7:40 at night, I'm putting my daughters to bed, getting them ready to get into bed. I go around the entire house before bedtime. I turn off all the lights except the dimming lights. I make sure all the salt lamps are on so they get their amber light. I have an amber light in their bedroom, so there's no more blue light, and it helps to calm their bodies because they're energetic kids, just like a lot of kids and healthy kids are energetic kids, right? Like, it is the way that it is. And so I'm helping them calm their bodies before bed, but also I'm helping to calm mine too, because in a couple hours from then, I need to go to bed as well. So no more TVs, no more phones. And yes, that's difficult at times. I get it. So what if you can't? Okay, you put your phone on night mode and you wear blue blocking glasses. Like, if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. But it's not just about the blue light. It's also about calming your mind, not stimulating your mind. If you're watching some stimulating show before bed, well, that's going to keep you in more of the fight or flight. It's going to produce more cortisol. If you see blue light, it's going to produce more cortisol. You want cortisol to be dipping like it should be between 9 and 10, its lowest levels, after it's been dark for a bit. And you want melatonin then to start to rise naturally. And if you do that, you fall asleep within 10 minutes, right? It's easy. Coming from a complete insomniac like I was, being able to fall asleep every night within 10 minutes, it's unbelievable. Like it's life-changing. I never thought that would be me. But again, I've been following this 3-2-1 system for quite a long period of time. Coming together with this simple formula, this is the easiest way to do it. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be perfect every night. I'm not perfect every night. I do my best. And by getting yourself into this particular system, you're going to see your total sleep improve because you'll fall asleep faster. Your deep sleep improve, your REM sleep improve, you'll stay asleep longer, which is better quality sleep, and you're gonna wake up more refreshed and rejuvenated. You won't age as quickly, you're gonna be able to heal faster, and honestly, you're gonna have better balanced blood glucose levels and much more, which if you're trying to transform your body and body weight, it's gonna help with that as well. So this is the formula to follow. If this was helpful, let's share it, right? Share it with other people, get this message out to other people. This is a game changer. I'm gonna link up a bunch of other sleep-based shows at StephenCabral.com/2526. Thanks, everyone. Have an amazing rest of the week, and I'll talk with you tomorrow on our next Cabral Concept. Ever wonder what the best sauna, blue blockers, sleep trackers, wake lights, salt lamps, or other health gadgets are? Or what about the top non-toxic mattresses, sheets, soaps, bath products, toothpaste, and cookware? Or would you like to know the cleanest choices for hemp parts, meal delivery services, supplements, and much more? I personally curated, researched, and now created a resource page of all of my top picks that continues to grow each week. These are the exact products I use in my own life, with my family, in my private practice, and they're the ones I trust. To find out all of my up-to-date recommendations and all the details, simply head on over to StephenCabral.com/resources.